Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Behind the Plays. I am your host, Davion, and as you can see, I am by myself, but I am not alone. My dog is growling at me because she is mad that I'm talking to people that aren't there. So what happened was that we recorded, if you guys missed the last episode of the podcast, the NFC video went up, and we split it in half, so there's no real intro, so I'm introing for me and Eric. Hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to share on all your platforms. We're everywhere. Hope you guys enjoy it. This is our AFC power rankings. Take it away from here. Past me? Not future me. This is future me. Take it away past me and Eric.
All creation through bomb and form. The greatest to ever do it like Kareem in the form. Or Dame at the buzzer. Skip at the rucker. 96 Bulls, the GOAT, there's no other. Bulls and goats get some wins, but never cover. The word gave the answer to sin. No.
All right.
Send it, Davion.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry about the quick interruption in the action, but we've been recording for an hour and a half, so every once in a while, we like to take our little breaks, so it's all good. We are here. We just finished the NFC. Low-key, with the break, I probably could chop this up and do 2 episodes since it was like an hour and a half. It wouldn't be worse.
If you wanted to, sure.
It would be the worst idea. We're going to do the AFC now, though. If you guys missed the other, if it's a 2-parter, then if you missed the other episode, you know where to find it. If it's not a 2-parter, well, you're here. So, AFC. The Texans are the worst team in football, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. I think it's them or Atlanta.
I think it's the Texans. Oh,
But I think it's Houston.
This requires me to switch some things around here. I just realized. Okay. There we go. All right.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the overall ones because I think we'll break that down eventually. But yeah. Houston's the worst team in the AFC for sure. For sure,
terrible.
dude.
They are terrible.
Yeah. Like, AFC South is objectively the worst division in the AFC, and the AFC is pretty stacked too, which is nuts.
Yeah. They just suck.
Yeah, Houston is not
bottom of the barrel
good.
team, bro. They suck, bro.
Yeah. So
anyway,
I
have nothing positive to say about them.
I have minimal confidence in Houston. Davis Mills, obviously, they're trying to build around Davis Mills. I don't feel like he's the long-term option.
No,
though.
he's not.
Yeah, they just picked up who did they just get in the draft? It was the safety. No, it was the corner, Derek Stingley. They just got Stingley.
Yeah, they did get Stingley.
Which is for sure a huge pickup.
Phenomenal.
They already had a
good safety, didn't they not?
He's a corner.
No, I'm sorry, a good corner. They had another one.
And they didn't really have a good safety. Yeah, if I'm looking at this draft chart, I like Marlon Mack. I didn't know he was on Houston.
They have Steven Nelson. That's not who I'm thinking of. Yep. Steven Nelson played for the Eagles.
I like Brandon Cooks.
That's it, though.
I like Kenyon Green. I like Laramie Tunsil.
Oh, they picked up Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack's not bad.
Yeah. I think their offensive line is okay, honestly. But
Philip
they just
Dorsett's
have they have nobody
Brevin Jordan's
on their
solid.
team right now. And
Laramie Tunsil's crazy, and so is Titus Howard. But
they're clearly resetting. Pitching Deshaun Watson to Cleveland and getting all those draft picks is going to be the best thing Houston could have done. Mm-hmm. With what was on their team. So,
yeah, for what they had,
I think the future is bright in Houston, but right now it is pretty dark.
It is terrible. Yeah, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. That tunnel is just a couple years away.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not confident in Houston at all to succeed this year. I think they were the worst team in the NFL, and for sure the worst team in the AFC.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's your 15?
The Jets.
I also have the Jets.
Oh, wow. 2 for 2.
Yeah, I bet you we go 3 for 3 because I think after you get past 14, anybody could be anywhere. I think we're going to have the same one, and I think we're going to have the same 14, 15, 16.
Okay. Cool. I think we're going to be staggered.
That's my prediction. Yeah. That's my prediction.
Yeah. New York is just...
Yes.
Also, they make good moves. Do not get me wrong. They have so much young talent. But that's exactly what it is. Young talent. They need 2 years. And I think that team's going to be great.
They have Zach Wilson, who hopefully is the guy. I like the drafting of Breece Hall.
Oh, they also have the, glory of playing in the same division as the Buffalo Bills.
It's true. And
the New England
Buffalo
Patriots.
Bills and the Patriots are good, and the Dolphins I think are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets are going to get stomped. I do like Elijah Moore and Corey Davis. They just picked up Garrett Wilson
solid.
Wilson in the draft. I do like C.J. Uzoma as a tight end as well.
Yeah, he's really good.
They got him from the Bengals.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
And I do like their O-line. I like a lot of pieces there. I do like Connor McGovern, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Mekhi Becton. Defensively, I like C.J. Mosley and Sheldon Rankins as well. Carl Lawson as well. The big one is probably going to be Sauce Gardner, though.
Yeah,
the rookie
Sauce
that they just
is
drafted.
solid.
Yes, like some Sauce. The Jets just. I'm just not optimistic about the Jets.
Yeah,
the Jets,
they're
feel
solid.
Like
they just
are in a
aren't
similar boat as the Cowboys, where it's like I need to see it before I believe it, because the Jets have been bad for a long time. You know, and it feels like nothing they're doing is working. So I'm just waiting for it to work.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the Jets go. I'm not very confident in their ability at all.
I agree, but I kind of am interested to see what happens in the near future, because they're good. It's just like they have a lot of good young talent. I'm sorry, they drafted extremely well. We'll just have to see how
they did. I think so too, and this could potentially be an opportunity because I think the Patriots are on the decline.
Yeah, I agree. They could be,
but I think the Bills are really good. I think the Dolphins are really good, and I think they're going to be really good for a while. So we'll see. Ultimately, I think it's just the fact that there are genuinely only 3 bad teams in the AFC. I think everybody else has potential to win at least like 8-9 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Texans, Jets, and who I have at 14 are looking at like 4 maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe 5.
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
Speaking of 14, Jags,
we both have the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay.
The
so
only other
thing,
bad team.
Yeah, my thing is like Trevor Lawrence was kind of average last year. Like, I looked at some tape the other day, and I was like, man, he really made some stupid decisions.
He was, yes.
He was a rookie, so I can't be too mad at him. But
I think they're trying to blame Urban for that, and I hope for the Jaguars' sake it was Urban.
I do too, because, but I will say Travis Etienne's coming back. It's good.
Yes, Travis Etienne will come back.
Really good for Trev.
I do like Christian Kirk and Marvin Jones. I think they're okay options at receiver.
Yeah, but they brought in Christian Kirk to be their number 1 receiver.
Exactly. That's just it's like
Christian
okay
Kirk.
Options, you know?
Christian Kirk was a number 3 receiver on his last roster. Maybe 2. Maybe it was 2.
I do like some Laviska Shenault Jr. too, by the way.
I like him too. But,
and honestly,
they did a whole lot. They did a whole lot, but it felt like it was a whole lot of mid.
I kind of like the Jaguars O-line quite a bit, though. I really like Cam Robinson, and I love the pickup of Brandon Scherff. He was an elite guard in this league for Washington, I believe he was on. Yeah. And picking him up is huge.
Okay, maybe it wasn't a whole lot of mid.
Yeah, so
I'll let it slide.
And then defensively, they obviously just got Trevon Walker out of the draft. If he's the number 1 overall pick, ideally he's good. So
yeah,
I do like Devin Lloyd. I do like Josh Allen, not that Josh Allen. And I like Shaq Griffin as well.
Yeah, Shaq was a good pickup.
Yes. So, new head coach, though.
I felt dirty
in Jacksonville.
Who I put at 13. I want you to know. I also felt dirty for who I put at 11. This feels weird. I don't like the AFC.
Exactly. Yeah. Once you get past this point, I'm gonna feel real weird about it too.
I feel
just
dirty.
Trust me. Don't worry.
I feel dirty. Okay. No. I don't feel. I feel dirty putting these teams where I put them. But yeah, Jacksonville is like they have good options, but I think again they're the same type of thing. They're like 1 or 2 years away.
Yeah. They're 2 years away. New head coach though, your boy Dougie P.
Dougie P is a legend. He does have a ring to prove it.
I mean he's a Super Bowl champion, and
it just. When it came time to part with Carson, he couldn't do it. So
this feels very Mike McCarthy, you know.
Yes.
So we'll see how this works out for
maybe
Jacksonville.
better.
Jacksonville does play Philly this year too, which will be exciting for Dougie P to play his old team. But yeah.
Yeah, I hope.
I don't know. I agree. I feel like Jacksonville's just a few years away, you know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they
Trevor
could be
Lawrence
there.
comes into his own though, that could be.
Yeah, if Trevor Lawrence pops off this year, which I mean we've seen this trend of second-year quarterbacks, you know. Happen with Burrow. It happened with who was it the year before?
I don't know.
Well, it happened with Lamar a few years ago. It happened with Mahomes a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it somebody last year? I don't remember.
I'm trying to think.
Whatever it was.
Josh Allen.
Whatever it is.
What about
the
Josh
situation.
Allen? Josh Allen had a great second year too.
He got better in the second year. I think he was like really good by his third year.
Yeah, I'm trying to look through the list.
Something like that though.
Yeah, because like there's 2 second-year quarterbacks you got to worry about are like Trey Lance, Lawrence, Mac.
Yeah.
Zach.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean,
Justin!
It could potentially be.
He's there.
Justin Fields, yeah.
He's there.
Could be an upswing for
Kyler Murray.
Jacksonville.
Wasn't Kyler Murray one of those guys?
He
Had
would
a
have been
crazy
a second year guy, yeah.
He had a crazy second
Something
year.
like that, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen this trend of like exceptional second-year quarterbacks who come up and pop off, and I hope for the Jaguars' sake it's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, that's the easy part of the AFC.
So 1 through
Genuinely.
13. Okay. Oh, I take that back. I think like
2 through 13.
6 through 13. Yeah, shit. Yeah, you're right. 2 through 13.
2 through 13 is hard.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
2 through 13 is hard.
Okay.
And like I don't feel
I could see all these teams winning 10 games, but because they have to play each other, I could also see them winning like 6 games.
Genuinely, I want you to know, I think 13 through 5
There's no wrong answer.
could be anybody.
There's no wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer.
There is no wrong answer.
Okay, so I feel like we're going to be very, very, very variable here.
Yes.
So,
Who's your 13?
13? You want me to go first?
Yes, sir.
New England.
You know what? That's not bad. I'll take that. I put Pittsburgh here.
Okay, that is kind of bad.
Yeah.
It's going to be really variable. Okay.
It's hard. Okay. It's hard.
Yes. It's so hard. Okay.
I want you to know New England was here first, and I put Pittsburgh here, and I was like, dude, that feels wrong, bro. I can't like again, Pittsburgh's one of those teams. I am the biggest Mike Tomlin believer on the planet. I think no matter what,
I love Mike Tomlin. Yeah.
You could give him a team of like 0 overalls in Madden. That motherfucker will get 9 wins out of him. I could go play quarterback right now, and he'd somehow give me 9 wins. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how he does it. Like I don't even have faith in myself, and I'd still get 9 wins.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, it's just everyone else is really freaking good.
Exactly. Like I genuinely I think
what I look at is
through
it factors.
9 for me. I think 13 through 9 for me are like the playoff squeakers.
Yeah, like it's like this is everything else has to come down to okay, who is your it factor, and is your it factor going to help you be able to carry you when it comes to it? And I'm looking at it, and the it factor for this team is their coach. First off, he's one of the best coaches.
Yes.
TJ Watt,
TJ.
the other one.
It's their defense overall.
Their defense overall, Minka.
Is their it
that team
factor.
is crazy, right? That defense is awesome. The problem is I do not think that defense is going to. I think they're amazing. Like their defense is probably one of the better defenses in the league, like period.
Yes, I would agree.
But it's going to be really hard to carry that because we don't know what we're going to get from Trubisky, and we have no clue what we're going to get from Kenny Pickett. It's one or the other.
Exactly.
We don't know what the hell we're going to get at quarterback.
And
that
their
you only
wide
can do so
receiver
much.
core is still okay. You know, like I like Deontay Johnson. I like Chase Claypool.
Yeah,
I don't
but that's
like
it.
some of the decisions Chase Claypool made last year.
I agree, and I think Deontay Johnson is elite. Don't not get me wrong. But they lost Juju. I think Juju was a big part of that.
Yeah, Juju goes to KC. Deontay Johnson went to Dallas.
Yeah, they lost a couple pieces.
So their O-line is still a work in progress, to say the least. And I like Najee Harris.
Najee is probably their best thing about their offense right now.
Yeah, so exactly. Their offense is so weak, but their defense is really good.
It's really hard for me to differentiate it. So that's why I put them here.
If you look at their starters on defense, like
crazy.
these are
It's ridiculous.
high profile people.
Dude.
Larry Ogunjobi, Tyson Alualu, Cam Hayward,
Minka.
TJ Watt, Devin Bush, Miles Jack, Terrell Edmonds.
Oh my God, I forgot they got Miles Jack. I forgot about. That's crazy.
Yeah, that happened. It's crazy to me how good Pittsburgh's defense is.
Yeah, that team is crazy. That defense is crazy.
So
but like their
that's
offense
what
is so
I think they're gonna get carried on is exactly, and their offense just is missing so many pieces. So yeah, I don't, like I said,
it's so hard. It's so hard.
I genuinely 2 through 13 could be anybody.
Just so we're clear, I genuinely think Pittsburgh could make the playoffs. Just so we're all like,
I think so too.
Literally,
Yes,
anyone
13
after
13
Jacksonville
through
at
1 could all be
14.
playoff teams,
Yeah,
yes.
after Jacksonville at 14, everyone can have the chance to make the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, Pittsburgh and New England, which are both of our 13 teams, literally made the playoffs last year.
Right. Yes.
So, like, it's entirely possible. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't hate Pittsburgh at 13 for sure. I have them a little bit higher than that.
The problem is so many
Pretty higher
teams
than
got
that.
good too. It's like, oh, got better. Like,
Yeah,
much
so-
better.
Okay, here's why I put New England at 13.
Okay.
Is they're one of the few teams I could confidently say genuinely had a bad draft.
Yeah, they didn't have a great draft.
They had a very questionable draft with some of the things that they pick.
Yeah, they don't
And
have a
I
great
feel
it
like
factor
they-
either.
They lost more than they gained.
Absolutely, they don't have that it factor. Like their it factor is
Exactly.
literally Bill Belichick,
Yeah, their it factor is the fact that they have the greatest coach.
and he
they
dragged them into the playoffs last year.
Yeah, things that they picked up. They brought back Malcolm Butler. I don't hate that move.
That's a good move.
They brought in
actually.
Devontae Parker. I really like that move.
That's phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah, but they lost so many pieces. Like
They
Mac
lost
Jones is
Sanu.
heading into his second year, which we either see second-year quarterbacks thrive or we see them suffer. We see them stumble.
Well, he had a good year last
And-
year. He had a
yeah.
very good year last year. It was okay. Wasn't terrible.
Oh,
wasn't
The
great.
thunderstorms are back. Let's go. Sorry if you can hear that because it is
I can't
loud
hear
as
anything.
hell.
I cannot hear a thing. So
Yeah, so we'll see. They have an okay running back in Damian Harris. I don't hate that option. Of course, I still like James White, though he is coming back from an injury. I didn't know. Was Nelson Aguilar on the Patriots last year?
Nelson Aguilar was on the Patriots last year. Yes. 'Cause
Okay.
I would comment
I'm
about
like,
him.
I
not dropping
didn't know if
passes.
that was new or not. Yeah. And I do like Trent Brown. I do like Isaiah Wynn. I do like their tackles, and I feel like their defense is okay enough. You know, I really like Matt Judon, and I really like Devin McCourty. Jason McCourty did retire this year.
Yes, he did.
And I like Jalen Mills too, actually.
Mills is solid. Mills pays bills.
Yeah, it feels like they have good pieces. It just feels like this is like a weaker team.
Yes,
In the AFC, though.
I do agree with that.
And the thing that's keeping the Patriots alive, in my opinion, is Bill Belichick.
Yeah, because he just literally dragged that team to playoffs last year.
He really did, yeah. Like, the Patriots actually haven't named a coordinator yet, technically.
Oh wow. What do you mean?
Which-
Bill Belichick?
oh.
It's fine.
Exactly. Bill Belichick, so it's not a huge deal, but ultimately, Bill Belichick is a defensive guru guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that offense ran through Josh McDaniels for a long time, and he's now the head coach in Las Vegas.
Right.
So, I don't know how that's going to go for New England. I feel like New England is the team I'm least confident in right now, and that's why I put them at 13.
Okay.
But genuinely, they could very well make the playoffs.
Absolutely. They just did.
Okay, so you have Pittsburgh at 13. I have New England at 13. Who's your 12?
New England.
Okay, so we got to talk about a new team for me. And this was really hard to do. I will say this.
Okay.
Really hard to do.
Okay.
I Cleveland.
That's not ridiculous to say. That's not ridiculous to say. That's not ridiculous
But
to
it
say.
was really hard to do. And
I will let you know
ultimately-
Cleveland's not too far off for me.
Ultimately, what
ridiculous
it
to say.
comes down to is
Watson getting suspended.
Deshaun Watson's suspension. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, this team is a different team when Deshaun Watson gets to play.
Yes.
When does he get to play? We
have
still
no
do
clue.
not know.
Because they added Amari
And-
Cooper.
They added Amari Cooper, which is huge for them. They still have an elite O-line in this league,
Yes.
but they did lose Jarvis Landry.
I'd argue, we said this, top 3 running back duo in the league.
Yes.
Chubb and
Nick
Kareem
Chubb
Hunt
and
are
Kareem
nuts.
Hunt for sure. I don't hate Jacoby Brissett as a backup. They just brought in Josh Rosen to potentially back up, so maybe he gets his chance in Cleveland. We'll see. I don't hate David Njoku.
Yeah, Njoku's really good.
Yeah, we've already talked about their defense or their O-line. And I think their defense is solid enough still. I really like Myles Garrett. I really like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who they drafted recently.
Okay.
Jadeveon Clowney feels a little washed up, but we'll see.
Yeah,
maybe
but we'll
that
cross that
pans
bridge
out
when
for
we get
them.
there. Who knows?
Yeah, and I like their corners. I like Denzel Ward. I like Greg Newsome. I like
They
John
still have Myles
Johnson, too.
Garrett!
Yeah, they still have Myles Garrett, who's one of the best defensive players in this league.
Yes. He's insane.
Exactly. I feel like Cleveland has solid pieces. Cleveland was really good with Baker Mayfield, so I think Cleveland can still be really good with Jacoby Brissett.
Yes.
But this team is elite when Deshaun Watson gets to play. When does that happen? We don't know.
Right.
I'm smelling an 8-game suspension. That's just kind of my prediction.
That should be bare minimum. I'm sorry. Calvin Ridley is sitting on his couch being punished for a lot.
It all depends on what the NFL decides to do, and I think it's going to be a really bad look if he gets less than 8.
I think 8 is fine. I think it's okay.
But if the Browns do get less than 8 by some snowball's chance in hell, Browns are a threat.
Yeah. The big thing though is like I don't know if they are factoring this in. Dude, he sat the entire last season because of this.
It's true. So
like, he basically served a suspension.
Exactly, but he wasn't forced to. Like, do you think Deshaun Watson wanted to be in Houston with that team?
I mean, of course
we
not.
saw the last year Deshaun Watson played. You and I were talking about how Deshaun Watson was the only thing Houston had going for them.
That's true.
So you think Deshaun Watson wanted to be there too? Like, willingly sitting and being forced to sit are two different things.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay, yeah. It really depends on what happens with Deshaun Watson for Cleveland for me. I put him at 12 right now just because I'm not confident that he's going to play much this year. So I'm more confident in teams that for sure have an elite quarterback.
Right.
Like
That's
some
true.
of these other teams and some of them that don't, but whatever.
I understand. I understand why you put him here.
Yep.
Who's your... Oh, we already talked about New England, so who's 11?
11, this also really hurt to do because I have Baltimore at 11.
Oh.
I'm going to guess you don't.
I do not.
Yeah. I have Baltimore at 11. This one.
When I tell you, I feel dirty. I feel disgusting. We haven't even gotten to Pittsburgh yet. I just want to throw that out there. I feel disgusting putting this team here. Okay? I put the Las Vegas Raiders at this spot at 11.
Davion, can I tell you this as a friend?
It's okay.
And as a certified hater of the Las Vegas Raiders.
They are a much better team than 11.
You're on crack.
Dude, it's...
If you think the Raiders are the 11th best team in the AFC.
Listen, they still have Derek Vehicle. I don't trust Derek Vehicle. I don't trust Derek Carr. But Devontae
You're wrong
Adams
to do that. I love Derek Carr. Derek Carr is an elite quarterback in this league. You can't convince me otherwise.
I get you. It's like...
Okay, we need to talk about that before we get into Baltimore. We need to talk about Vegas.
It's hard. Like, think about it, right? So, like, the reason being is, okay, so I'll tell you right now, right? The 10 teams I have, we know what 10 teams I have left, right? Okay?
Right.
I think the Bills are a better team. I think the Bengals are a better team. I think the Chiefs are a better team. I think the Broncos are a better team. Not by much, but I think the Broncos are a better team. Keep in mind, I don't think there's a lot going on, right?
Yep.
I think the Chargers, with Khalil Mack, they re-signed Williams, all that, I think they're a better team.
Yep.
The Colts are more of a toss-up, but literally they were a good team. They literally just needed a slightly better quarterback, and Jonathan Taylor's about to play elite again, and they got a much better quarterback in Matt Ryan. Okay? So I think they're better. Tennessee is also a wild card, but they have Derrick Henry, and I will never vote against Derrick Henry. Miami,
fair.
I guess they're kind of unproven. I guess I could probably dump them lower. I could have put them lower. But Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are one of the best speed duos in the league, and that's
theoretically that's nuts.
That's crack. If Tua could get them, that's crack. Baltimore, they were unhealthy last season, and they made the playoffs.
Baltimore didn't make the playoffs.
I'm sorry. They were almost made the playoffs. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
They were close, and they were unhealthy. They were dragged. That team was getting dragged into the playoffs by Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. What are they going to do when they're healthy? The only thing they lost was Hollywood. And, that's a big L, but it's is it that big of an L when you have Lamar Jackson on your roster? That's all I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. When you're really a run-first offense. And then Cleveland, I think the suspension. I could argue this should be lower. Mm-hmm. I also feel dirty putting Steelers where I did. But it was what the else am I going to do? This
I mean, we said it.
This is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous because I think, it to me, it's the NFC was cookie cutter, okay? We literally had, the same teams within the same, three spots of each other, okay? Mm-hmm. We, no matter what, we 3-3-3, 4-3, right? That was facts, okay? This one, we had the bottom three, and the rest of them, you could probably put names in a hat and probably still get a good line.
You probably could, yeah.
That's how crazy it is. The AFC got so much better off of wild moves too. Just nonsense. Raiders added Devontae Adams and made the Packers weaker. Freaking Browns got Deshaun Watson. The Houston Texans already fucking sucked. And got Amari Cooper, so the Cowboys got weaker. Baltimore, I guess, buffed the Cardinals, but they're getting healthier. That's the big thing. Tyreek Hill comes over. The Chiefs get a little bit weaker, but the Chiefs retooled pretty darn well, if you ask me. What else? What else? Tennessee didn't really make. I mean, Tennessee did get much weaker, huh? They lost AJ Brown.
They lost AJ Brown, but they got Robert Woods and a rookie. I can't remember what rookie.
And
was.
they already have they have the best running back in the league. Okay.
Yeah, like I think Tennessee will be okay. Like
Indianapolis has, I would argue, the second best running back in the league.
Yeah.
So it's like Chargers added Khalil Mack to an already stacked fucking defensive line. Like,
yeah.
Denver got Russell Wilson. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone got better, and they weakened NFC teams in the process of it. So it's like, I promise you, the Raiders could easily win. I feel like they could win the division. Just so we're clear. I think they could win their division. But that division is the best division in football.
Yes.
I want you to know there is not another AFC West team on my list till 5. Okay?
I don't have an AFC West team on my list yet, so.
I don't have another one till 5. I think
I will tell you right now.
Someone
all 4
has
AFC
to
West
suck.
Teams are in my top 50%.
So one of them have to suck. Because they have to beat up on each other. One of them has to be bad.
No, they could literally all just savage each other. They could all go 11-6.
That just does not sound feasible. It sounds like a fever dream.
I think hypothetically they could all just win their home games.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, yes.
Okay.
But man, when I tell you, this is wild.
Yeah.
And it's not. This isn't. You hear 11, and you're like, wow. There's no way you think the Raiders suck. I don't. I actually think they're great. But like, holy shit, so was everyone else.
I think the Raiders are really good, and that hurts so much to say. I like a lot of the things that the Raiders have.
They added Devontae, arguably top 3 receiver in the league, like crazy.
Top 1 receiver in the league, arguably.
Who?
I think you could make that argument that Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the league. I think you could.
You could. Who would you say is? Well, who else would I put?
And I like Hunter
Kupp?
Renfrow a lot. I like Darren Waller a lot.
That's true. They're solid. Their O-line's okay. It's not phenomenal. It's not like bad though. It's serviceable.
They have
Josh
if I look
Jacobs.
at a lot of these players on their teams, I love these players if they're in any of the other 31 jerseys. You know.
I get you. Yeah. Like Crosby's solid. It's scary. It's a scary team. I really like. I want you to know. I sat there for a solid like 20 minutes. Like maybe I put the Browns under them. Maybe I put the Ravens under them. Maybe I put the Dolphins under them. But I was like, man. But I feel my logic came to it is that they're playing in a division where everyone's beating up on each other.
Yeah.
And how is that going to shake up? But I think
Exactly.
I think by pure talent levels, they're probably higher on this list. But like from a I have to understand what division they're playing in standpoint. What seed they got? How are they going to shake up in the NFL? They might finish 10, 11.
They could.
Because I think they have a lot of winnable games, but they also have a lot of losable games.
I can't believe the Raiders were the 5 seed last year too.
Right.
That's a thing that we have to consider is the Raiders made the playoffs.
Yeah, they almost won the division. What are we talking about here?
Exactly. This is an insanely good team.
Yeah, that seems ridiculous.
The thing that's stopping them, I agree with you. They're the worst team in the West. They could still win the West.
Yes.
I think the West is that close.
There is not a single other team that you can say in the league that is the worst in their division but could win the division. There's not another team that can do that.
Exactly. I think Raiders are 4, and you put them in any other division, and they're probably 1 or 2.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Because you could we could even go with the AFC, right? Let's put them in the North. Okay, Buffalo or them. They're better than New England.
That's the East.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about the East. I meant the East.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Raiders are not better than the Bills.
No.
I think you can make an argument they're better than the Dolphins.
Okay. Right. Then
they're
you go
for sure better than the Jets and Jags.
Then you go North. North is Bengals. Yes.
I think they could be better than the Bengals.
I think so too.
I didn't think they're objectively better than the other 3.
Yes.
You clearly don't, but.
Well, talent-wise, yes, but I'm also thinking of where they have to play, who they have to play. You know what I mean?
Okay. The South, they're the best team in the South. In the AFC South, they're the best team in the South. They're better than the Titans. They are better than the Colts.
I think from a talent level, yes, they are better
Jaguars
than
and
the
Texans are trash.
I think you rank these as who's better than who, and I think I rank them more so where do I think they're going to finish because of what they have to do, and I think that's
you put
where
them in the NFC. You put them in the NFC East. They're the second best team.
I think they might be better than Eagles. Maybe.
It's them or the Eagles for sure.
Yeah, they might be.
They're at least the second best team.
Yeah.
You put them in the North,
They're
I
the
think
best.
they're the best team in the
Yeah,
North.
no question.
You put them in the South, they're probably the second best team.
Yes.
You put them in the West, they're
Ooh.
that one could be tough.
Like
but
they
I think they're
they
the second best
compete.
team.
They'd be second or third, low key.
Second or third for sure.
Yeah. They compete though. They compete.
Exactly. Like the Raiders are a good team, and God, that sucks to say. And I'm in the worst way possible.
Yes.
I'm really confident in Josh McDaniels' ability.
Yeah, they do have.
He's a former head coach.
That's true. They do have a new head coach.
And I think he's learned
Good
from the
system.
mistakes he made when he was in Denver.
Good system.
So yeah, heaven forbid. I think the Raiders and Josh McDaniels could be a potential problem.
Now, if they implode and drop and finish 11th in the AFC, we're gonna come back to this video.
Oh God, you're gonna be like, I told you so, and I'm like, dub, don't care.
You're true. Facts.
Don't care.
10. Oh, who's your 11? I'm
Okay,
so sorry.
was Baltimore.
We didn't talk about Baltimore.
We talked about Baltimore a little bit. Ultimately, this team does go through Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson did not get paid this year. He is absolutely betting on himself to get paid this year and to pop off.
Which I think he will, but that's relevant.
Their running back core should be coming back, although
Yeah.
I think J.K. Dobbins got hurt again, I think, in
Oh,
practice
God.
recently.
Well, I got to drop them a couple pegs if he's hurt.
But Ronnie Stanley should be coming back. I do like Kevin Zeitler as well on their O-line. And their wide receiver core is gonna miss Hollywood.
Absolutely.
I have confidence in Rashad Bateman. Everybody else I'm kind of worried about. And then Mark Andrews, of course, a tight end.
Yeah, of course.
Defensively, I like Calais Campbell. I like Patrick Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I like Odafe Owe. I like Marcus Peters. I like Marlon Humphrey. I like Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
I still can't believe they got Kyle Hamilton in the draft.
Crazy.
I forgot that happened,
Yeah.
honestly. Holy crap.
Right?
Wow.
That was a great pickup for them.
Yeah. So, and they still have Justin Tucker, the best kicker in the AFC.
Great AFC. Best kicker in the damn league, bro.
Young Ho Koo, though.
As much as I love his name,
Yeah, no, he is not better.
he is not better than Justin Tucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only
okay.
person I would give Justin Tucker a run for his money was like Will Lutz. Will Lutz is pretty cracked.
I think Diogo is better than Will Lutz at this point.
Will Lutz is kind of cracked, dog.
All right, whatever. Either way,
we're talking kickers here. Anyway, continue.
yeah. It's just like Baltimore. Yeah, they got healthier for sure. If they stay healthy, yes, they're a threat. Ultimately, they're competing with Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland, who I think are all solid teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, this is the hardest team I had to place. I had a harder time placing them here than I did any other team.
I mean, I don't think I had an easy time placing any of these teams. Like I
Yes.
told you, that, like this
I don't
11.
think I had an easy team.
I felt like
we
we just kind of had to dump someone in this 11th spot.
I know. I changed my AFC list so many times. I think at one point Baltimore I think was as high as 6.
I had them lower and then I raised them up, and I think it's really hard because like it's tough. I feel like I definitely underrated the Steelers Raiders here, but it's like really. It's difficult. We might have to make another one and give like a go run through before like season.
Yeah, maybe we'll see how our
we'll see how training camps and
preseason goes. Yeah, we can do the entire NFL then. How about that?
True.
We'll 32-1.
We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it that way.
Okay, so yeah, Baltimore at 11. Ultimately, this is the hardest team I had to place because this is the team I really like. I really like Lamar Jackson. I really like John Harbaugh a lot too. Mm-hmm. And I ultimately just feel like the rest of these teams in this league are better than them. Yeah, I think Baltimore could potentially swap with my 10.
Okay.
But ultimately, I have more faith in the 10 than I do in Baltimore.
Yeah. Is your 10 Miami?
My 10 is Pittsburgh.
Ah, your 10's Pittsburgh. I kind of forgot you hadn't placed them yet. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. My 10's Cleveland.
Who's your 10? Okay. Okay, so we talked about all these teams.
The world is healing.
I love their defense, and I think their offense can survive off of that. Like
okay.
That's how the Broncos won a Super Bowl 7 years ago.
True. You got me there.
So, I'm confident in Pittsburgh because I'm confident in Mike Tomlin. I genuinely think
Mike Tomlin.
Pittsburgh. There's no way Pittsburgh loses less than 9 games.
That's just how I feel all the time.
You know,
he wins 8-9 games.
I feel like Baltimore could go 8-9. Yeah. I don't feel like there's no way Pittsburgh goes 8-9. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's ultimately why I have them higher than Baltimore.
That makes sense.
Okay. All right. So who's your 9?
Baltimore.
Okay. my 9 is the Titans.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. That's understandable. God damn, I'm gonna look like a buffoon with these Raiders, aren't I?
I think so. We'll see.
Everything else feels semi-logical.
Yes. Okay. So the Titans, yes, they do have the best running back in the league. It isn't close. I think their O-line is solid enough.
They did lose AJ
I like Treylon Burks. Ryan Tannehill is still solid, but does feel like a lame duck quarterback. Like, obviously, Ryan Tannehill's on his way out. They wouldn't have drafted Malik Willis if he wasn't on his way out.
Absolutely, dog. Absolutely.
You know, like, if you look at all the other quarterbacks in the AFC, right? Okay, so we'll go through it. Lamar is better than Ryan Tannehill. Josh Allen is better than Ryan Tannehill.
Yes.
Joe Burrow is.
Yes.
Deshaun Watson is.
Yes.
Russell Wilson is.
Yes.
Davis Mills is not.
Right.
Matt Ryan is.
I don't think Lawrence or Wilson are yet.
Trevor Lawrence could be.
Yeah, but not yet.
Mahomes is. Carr is. Herbert is. Tua probably isn't. Mac Jones probably isn't. Zach Wilson probably isn't.
So he's like 11.
Whoever's in the Steelers probably isn't.
He's like 11th, 10th.
Yeah. So yeah, he's 11th or he's 10th or 11th in the league, right? So if we made the same argument with Kirk Cousins an hour and 15 minutes ago. But yeah, it feels like Ryan Tannehill's on his way out of the league, you know. And it's just like I really like the Titans front four as well defensively. I really like Jeffrey Simmons, Tart, Autry, and Harold Landry. And their secondary isn't terrible. They picked up Caleb Farley recently, and Christian Fulton I do really like a lot too. I also really like Kevin Byard.
Okay.
And their overall, it feels like their defense is average and their offense is average plus Derrick Henry, you know?
Yeah, I get you.
Like, the Titans were a competitor. They were the 1 seed last year, which is still mind-blowing to me how that happened.
And with the Derrick Henry injury, let's show that perspective.
Yeah, A.J. Brown is a huge loss for them, is the thing. And it's like, Tennessee, was the 1 seed last year. I don't feel like they should have been.
No.
And especially, what the biggest boon for them is that they compete with the Jaguars and the Texans.
Yeah.
Who are terrible.
Yes.
And I think they go, honestly, blow for blow with the Colts.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Ultimately, Tennessee is at 9. I don't think that's a dig on Tennessee. I think that's just how good the AFC is.
No, that's what I keep trying to say is, like, no matter where we put these teams, I feel like we feel like we're ranking them low, but they all feel like they could be high as hell. It's just the AFC is really good.
Yep.
Okay, so 8. My 9 was Baltimore, but we've already talked too much about them. I pretty much have similar opinions. 8.
Who's your 8?
I have the Miami Dolphins here.
Okay, so we get 2 new teams then, because I have the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
So let's talk Dolphins.
Dolphins, the only reason I have them a little bit lower on my list is because I don't know what I'm going to get out of Tua yet. In theory, this team should be cracked. In theory, on paper. But, like, Tua's been there, 3 years now? This is his 3rd year?
This will be his 3rd year.
And I feel like we keep talking about him being good, and we never see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at his throws in training camp, and I'm like, wow, that was kind of underthrown for a Tyreek Hill throw. But then again, he's not playing with Patrick Mahomes anymore. So it's like, you got these speed demons in Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, but how are you going to utilize them? Their defense is okay. I think their defense is solid. It's just a matter of can they utilize the weapons that they put forth for them, and can Tua adjust? And I'm not sure. Honestly, after, like, I think I could knock them down lower on my list, but they could also be higher. It's just really hard. I feel like they're a big question mark team for me. They're a really good wild card team.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I really like the pickup of Mike McDaniel at head coach.
Yeah.
Because while I do think that Brian Flores getting fired from Miami last year was the most questionable coaching decision made last year, for sure.
Agreed, but yeah.
I don't believe Brian Flores should have lost his job. I think he's still a wonderful coach in this league. It's clearly they've picked up on, we need to get Tua going. We need to get this offense going.
Yes.
Mike McDaniel was the OC in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is clearly this offensive wizard, dude.
Mm.
Like, here's what I want to point out with Miami made so many moves in free agency.
Yes, they did.
Like, Tyreek Hill is the move, arguably.
Yes.
And I really like the pickup of Teron Armstead as well. Re-signing Xavier Howard, you could argue, was the move, but that doesn't count.
It's not Tyreek Hill. Sorry.
Look at their running back lineup, my dude. Myles Gaskin is your fourth best running back.
That's first and foremost.
He was their second
crazy.
best running back last year. Like, Myles Gaskin got PT. He got yards last year. They have Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Sony Michel, Myles Gaskin. That's your 4 running backs. That's kind of nuts. Like, we were talking about running back duos. Well, I don't think Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert are the best duo in the league. This is the best running back core, if you consider them as a unit.
All right, let's take a peek. Chase Edmonds. Oh, my God.
Look at this.
Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Sony Michel, and Myles Gaskin. That's nuts,
That's
dude.
nuts to me. That's an insane
That's a wild running
unit.
back room.
And their offensive line isn't terrible to be able to support that.
They had a Mohamed Sanu.
And Connor Williams. Yeah, and they added Mohamed Sanu.
Teddy Bridgewater's their backup.
Mohamed Sanu is the 4th best receiver on their team. I love Mike Gesicki, who's playing on the franchise tag this year.
He's solid. Gesicki's solid.
And I feel like their defense has good enough pieces. Like, clearly they've invested heavily in this offense because of Mike McDaniel. Like, I love Xavier Howard and I love Christian Wilkins are the big ones for sure on their defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think Miami is really good. I genuinely think Miami is Buffalo being insane away from winning the East. I think Miami is that good. Miami is way higher on my list.
Oh, wow. I think they're good. I don't know if they're, like, again.
I'm very confident in Miami this year.
I have. You have. I think you have more faith in Tua than I have in Tua.
That's my biggest shocker for sure.
You have more faith in Tua than I have.
Of all the teams that I think, of all the teams that did not make the playoffs last year that I'm pretty confident will this year, it would be Miami and Minnesota, one from each conference.
Okay.
So yeah. So you have Miami at 9, no 8.
8. This is where you have
I'm sorry. I thought I have Miami higher. I don't have Miami much higher.
Okay. You have Indianapolis at 8.
Yes, I have Indianapolis.
Okay.
Indianapolis got objectively better with the pickup of Matt Ryan.
Yeah, they didn't do anything else. They literally grabbed Matt Ryan, drafted some people, and called it a day. And they were one win away from making the playoffs last year.
That's their team. Their defense is still nuts. I do really like Kwity Paye, and I do really like Shaquille Leonard, by the way. Did you hear about this story?
I did not. What happened with Shaquille
So
Leonard?
Shaquille is Darius Leonard's middle name.
Yes. I did hear about
this. Yes, and he's went by Shaquille his whole life, and basically this year was like, I would like to go by Shaquille now, because he did it his whole life. I'm like, go for it, pop off. So Shaquille Leonard is still nuts. I love Kwity Paye, and I love DeForest Buckner. They Stephon Gilmore. He was the defensive player of the year a few years ago.
Yeah.
And like I like their team, and I feel like they're better with Matt Ryan. Oh, that's where Nick Foles ended up.
Wait, he's on Indianapolis?
Yeah, I just read that. He's their backup in Indy.
Oh shit, that's actually crack. What the hell?
Yeah. So, I love their O-line too. Indy, I just feel like is a good team. And I feel like is the best team in the South.
They replaced Carson Wentz with Nick Foles.
Yeah, it's like Indianapolis reminds me the AFC South reminds me of the NFC East from a few years ago. It's like, yeah, somebody's going to win it, and somebody's going to be the 4 seed, you know? And I feel like the best of all the teams there, because 2 of them are garbage, I feel like Indy is better than Tennessee.
So here's what I'm going to say why I think Indianapolis is I do think Indy's better than Tennessee. But I think there's some things I really like about them. They picked up Rodney McLeod from the Eagles. Arguably,
that's a good pickup.
Like he was really good. He was like our second best player in the secondary, outside of literally Slay. They already had Kenny Moore, who's good. Stephon Gilmore, oh my gosh. They borked the secondary. Then, you have Shaquille Leonard, who's still crack. DeForest Buckner, crack. Bobby Okereke, really good. Then you go to the offense, right?
We skipped over Yannick Ngakoue, too.
I did skip over Yannick Ngakoue. He's amazing, by the way. Their O-line is crack. Ryan Kelly, Quentin Nelson, Matt Pryor. Like, that is crack, okay? Now, Mo Alley Cox is solid. Right? I like him at tight end. Their wide receiver is a little lacking, but something I really like is that they have Kiki Kuti, and I really think he needs to be higher on this list. Like, much higher. Now, you want to talk about running back rooms? This is the crack running back room. Phillip Lindsay is 3rd.
You know how much I love Phillip Lindsay.
I know, and you know how much I like Phillip Lindsay.
That's former Denver Broncos Phillip Lindsay.
Yeah. Then they have Nyheim Hines at 2, Jonathan Taylor, who just had one of the greatest running back years ever. So, like, great year. They have Nick Foles as a backup. This is a great year, but Matt Ryan is seasoned, and he's an MVP. He's won an MVP. He's been to a Super Bowl. This is a contending team. Like,
You think this is a contending team?
dude, this is a good team.
Okay.
I think they are very well rounded. The thing that really helped them, they swapped out Carson Wentz for Matt Ryan. I think the season is a little bit better for them, right? And I think Carson Wentz is okay, but I don't think he was what they needed. Okay, with the rookies or with the young core that they have with Michael Pittman, Paris Campbell, Jonathan Taylor, that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Their O-line is much better than Atlanta ever will be.
Yeah.
And their defense is great. Like they borked the secondary. Like, they added Stephon Gilmore and Roddy McLeod to something that was already really good. And they still have Julian Blackmon just sitting there. In the backups. No, this team's contending. Yeah. They can contend. I don't think that... Okay, let's for clarification. They're like a dark horse contender. Let's take it a step back.
Sure, yeah. They're not
top notch, right? But this is a really good team. I might think higher on them than you are. And that's okay, but I genuinely was looking at this roster like, this team is crack. I saw them sign Gilmore and McLeod on the same day, and I was like, no, that team's good. Fuck that. It was even before they traded for Matt Ryan. I was like, shit. What the fuck else are we going to do?
Not bad. Yep.
So
yeah, I like the Colts.
Yeah.
I think I'm less confident in the Colts than you are. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm not much, for clarification, I'm not much more confident than you are based off of our list.
Like we said, 2 through 13 could be anybody.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so... Who is your 7?
This is where I have the Titans.
Okay, you have the Titans at 7.
Yeah, in King Henry I trust. That's the only that's the only story I need to tell.
Okay, I have the Raiders at 7.
Yeah, that feels a little more. Yeah.
Okay, who is your 6?
The Indianapolis Colts.
Okay, this is where I have my Dolphins.
Okay. We have the same top 5.
So we have the same top 5.
Wow. So we went through all that conglomerate, all that nonsense, and somehow we ended with the same top 5?
There's no way in hell this is in the same order.
Oh, absolutely not. But
I think we have the same 1. I think 2 through 5 is not.
That's crazy. Wait, can we talk about how crazy it is that we have the same top 5 and all that, though? Like, we had 16, 15, 14, perfect. 13 through 6 was a hot mess.
Yeah. We had the same top 5. That's very interesting.
That's crazy. Wow. Somehow we were on the same wavelength without being on the same wavelength. Never would have gotten there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Who is your 5?
Chargers.
I have the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, shit.
I told you this wasn't going to be
not even close, bro. Actually, there's a chance that we still have the same... I'm not going to name the numbers. Never mind.
Okay. Let's talk about the Chargers.
Dude. This team is crack.
This team is insane.
But
Justin Herbert, I genuinely think is an elite quarterback in this league, and will be.
I don't think
Allen-esque.
I don't think
will be Mahomes-esque.
I don't think. I know. The thing is they didn't. They did things, but they didn't they didn't add a lot. But they already have. They need to.
They added Khalil Mack.
That's it. That's
all they needed.
That's all they needed. That's what I'm saying. They added what they needed, right? They buffed their defense a little bit, slapped Khalil Mack. Where is Khalil Mack on this depth chart? There he is. Khalil Mack's on here. They had Kyle Van Noy as well on this team, which I think is really cool.
I do like the Kyle Van Noy pickup.
J.C. Jackson and Asante Samuel Jr., Derwin James Jr., freaking Joey Bosa, Sebastian Joseph Day. Really good, right? But then I'm looking at their offense, right? Their wide receivers are solid. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are good. Great, okay? I love that. Rashawn Slater, good O lineman. Corey Linsley, I think, is a solid O lineman. Justin Herbert's
probably, he's insane.
Elite, Herbert's elite. And then they have Austin Eckler, who arguably is a top 5 running back in the league, low key. Mm-hmm. He's solid. People really be sleeping on Eckler. Okay, he's really freaking good, dude.
There's one I want to point out that you didn't mention.
I'm ready. Hit me with it.
Because they stole him from the Broncos. Is Bryce Callahan.
Dude, you know what? You're right. I did miss Bryce Callahan.
That's their third best corner right now.
Yes, he is really good. And he's not even starting.
I know. This team is nuts, dude.
Yeah. The thing is they're a contender. They are a contender. Okay. The only other thing I have here is, and I get why you probably have them at 2 or 3. Okay. And I think you have the Broncos and the Chiefs underneath. No, you said the Bengals. Yeah, I think the Chiefs might be under. Maybe the Broncos, probably. Maybe not the Chiefs, but one of them are underneath them. And I can see why, but I have a little bit more faith in certain things, and I'll get there when I get there.
Okay. Yeah,
So.
I'm very confident in this team, and that sucks to say because I'm not the biggest.
They're really freaking good, dude. They're really freaking good.
This team is crazy good.
Dude,
This
top 5 is crack. This top 5 is crack.
Inches away from making the playoffs last year, and
they were literally like
objectively better.
10 seconds away from making a playoffs because of a tie.
Yeah. Yep. So. This team is objectively better. I think the Chargers are contenders. I really do.
They are. No, I think so too. Like that. NFC 5th place and AFC 5th place are two different 5th places.
Very different people, yes.
Okay, for clarification. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Keep on keeping on. Cincinnati. Let's talk about
Cincinnati.
What's going on, Cincy? Former AFC champions.
AFC champions made it to the Super Bowl last year, but did lose
on a crazy miracle run.
Typically that means bad things. Typically, the loser of the Super Bowl has an objectively worse year.
Yep.
And we've seen losers of the Super Bowl not even make playoffs before, or like first round exits and stuff like that.
Yep.
So that's always weighing in the back of my mind. Ultimately, I just feel like this team, if you look at all the teams in the AFC, probably shouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, they did.
Right.
And if we're considering this in a vacuum, I'm basically thinking of it as the same situation. It's like, yeah, the Bengals are good, but I think there are better teams than the Bengals.
Right, but I also think the Bengals did something. They made it to the Super Bowl and then fixed the things that caused them to lose in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Like
Jonah Williams and Lyle Collins at tackles is crazy good.
And I'll do you one better. Jamar Chase was a rookie.
Yeah.
He was a rookie.
I know. That's kind of crazy to me. Losing CJ Uzomah sucks. Picking up Hayden Hurst is a suitable replacement.
Dude, I was gonna say I was like, are we gonna talk about that? Because Hayden Hurst is a phenomenal replacement.
But ultimately, look who's playing right cornerback.
Eli Apple, but like, who cares?
We give Eli Apple a lot of trash on here. He's solid. He's okay. He gets the job done.
Yeah, Jamar Chase mossed him in practice and then danced in the end zone. We're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, this team is good. And I think Joe Burrow is going to be elite? Allen Mahomes-esque as well.
He is elite.
I think with Allen, Herbert, Mahomes, and Burrow, you're going to see a crazy, and even I think you could even throw Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson into that list too.
Dude, could you imagine all 6 of them making the playoffs, and we have
and they're all in the same conference. Have we ever seen anything like this?
No.
If we talk about genuinely, terrifyingly good quarterbacks all at the same time in the league, right?
Like what?
When was the last time there was A, 6 of them, and B, they were all in the same conference?
I'm thinking Rodgers, Wilson.
You could think Rodgers, Wilson at the same time, but who was with them at the time?
I'm trying to think of who else.
NFC.
Dude, that one season where Carson Wentz had a freaking phenomenal year.
Maybe you could argue it's
Dak.
I'm thinking even before that. I'm thinking
Romo.
I'm thinking there's got to be overlap with Wilson, Rodgers, Eli,
Cam,
right?
That's what. Yeah, I was about to say Cam Newton.
And then maybe you could consider Carson Palmer and Breeze there.
Oh, Breeze. Oh, Drew Brees has to be on that list. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I knew I was forgetting someone.
But if you're thinking of that approximate era, and obviously we don't have all the years in front of us, but if Carson Palmer's the 6th best quarterback in that list, that's worse.
Dude, this is crazy. No, this has never happened.
I'm thinking I don't know everything about old football, but if you think about 80s and early 90s, you have Jim Kelly, John Elway, Dan Marino all in the AFC.
But you don't have 3 more.
But who else is going to be there? I don't know off the top of my head.
Right.
Because the other big quarterback at that time would have been, Aikman, who was in the NFC.
Yeah, he was a Cowboy.
Montana, who was in the NFC.
Right. Was a Niner.
So, yeah. This is crazy to me how good the AFC is right now.
Right, and then, you're saying that, and then you still have Derek Carr right there.
I know, and and now Matt Ryan, too. And
because you didn't even say Russell Wilson in that sentence.
I didn't.
And we haven't even seen if Tua could get to that level.
We haven't even seen what Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence can do either.
Or really Mac Jones to a full say.
Yeah.
The only one we're not confident in is Davis Mills.
Basically. That's why the Texans are the worst team in football. They're the only genuinely bad team without any future in the AFC.
That's crazy. That's wild to think about. Yeah. The AFC is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, Cincinnati is nuts.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Who's your 4?
Denver. I got the Broncos.
Okay. I have Kansas City.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. Let's talk KC.
That's not a hot
Let's
take.
save Denver.
That's not a hot take. So.
Let's talk a little KC action. Is Kansas City objectively worse? Yes. Does that mean Kansas City is a bad team in this league? No.
No. Want to know
Not
why?
even a little bit, because they still have Patrick fucking Mahomes.
Exactly. That's the only argument I need.
Is Juju Smith-Schuster going to replace Tyreek Hill? No.
Absolutely not. But you got to also think they added Marquez Valdez.
They added Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and McCole Hardman is still good. They drafted
Dude,
Sky
I expect McCole Hardman to be really good. Like,
McCole
is going to be really good this season.
I really like Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is getting up there in age for sure, though.
Yeah, but he's still Travis Kelce. He's still playing
Travis Kelce.
He's still playing
the best tight end in the history of this game. I'm willing to stake my claim on that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, too.
And their O-line is still good. I really like Joe Thuney. I really like Orlando Brown. I really like Creed Humphrey.
Yes.
Their defense is okay as well. I do really like
They
Frank
lost
Clark,
they lost Matthew, but added Justin Jackson, I believe. Justin Reed. Sorry.
Exactly. It feels like their defense leaves a little bit to be desired, but their offense is still nuts, and they still have Patrick Mahomes, who
is elite.
Is probably the best quarterback in this league. Yes. I think a lot of people are trying to tell you it's Josh Allen right now. It's like
it's still Patrick Mahomes.
It's still Patrick Mahomes.
Tell me how many MVPs Josh Allen got?
Yeah.
How many Super Bowls did Josh Allen carry a team to?
That Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes won
continuously
an MVP
beats
and
Josh Allen. That's crazy.
And continuously beats Josh Allen. Yeah, that's hard to make that argument. I think it is an argument.
Love Josh
for
Allen.
sure.
I think he's elite. Yeah. But, like, come on now.
Yeah. So this is still an insanely good team.
Yes.
I think Kansas City finally, though, has some serious competition in the West. Because
they went from a situation where they were like, you know what, we might beat you. We probably beat you guys. You may have a chance, and now they're like, shit.
For a long time, the Chiefs were objectively the best team in the West, and it wasn't close.
Right.
Now I think it's close.
Oh,
and I don't think they're the best
extremely
team
close,
in the West
and
anymore.
all of them are close.
Yeah, I don't think the Chiefs are the best team in the West this year. For the folks at home who've been keeping track, Kansas City is my 3rd team in the AFC West. I'm staking my claim on that.
That's crazy. That's not that crazy though.
I recently went through this schedule, and I've done probably like 2 or 3 different schedules, right? Mm-hmm. Going through the schedules game by game. And I've had scenarios where the Chiefs missed the playoffs. Genuinely. Like,
that's crazy.
That's how crazy the AFC is. Yep, so, okay. I have Chiefs at 4. You have the Broncos at 4.
I do have the Broncos at 4.
Okay. Without saying too much, Broncos are my 3.
Okay. Well, we just flip-flopped. Kansas is my 3.
Okay.
So
we flip-flopped Cincinnati and LA?
We did.
Wow, okay. Interesting. Okay, let's talk about Denver Broncos.
I think I gave you the reasons why I think that. So.
Yeah. Okay, pop quiz, hot shot. You ready?
Yes. I'm going to be terrible at this.
I told you a few weeks ago when we were first trying to plan this.
Oh, God.
I have my theory as to why the Broncos are doing the Super Bowl, right? Okay.
Yes.
Here's the pop quiz. Last 2 teams to win the Super Bowl, go. This is the warm-up.
The last 2 teams are the Rams.
Last 2 teams to win the Super Bowl.
And the Bucks.
Yep. What do those 2 teams have in common?
They both won their Super Bowls in their home field.
True. I'm thinking of something else, though.
Okay. They both have quarterbacks that were picked up as a first year from a new team,
Bingo.
And they were really, really elite already.
Bingo.
Yeah, so understandable.
That's exactly what Denver did. Is it a stretch? Yes. But is that pretty neat? Who knows?
No, I mean, yeah, it's facts,
yes,
right?
I mean, we were talking last year how
Denver was a quarterback away from being elite.
Quarterback away from being a great team.
And here we are.
And unfortunately, it cost them Noah Fant, who was an elite tight end. And I think they've lost a lot of defensive pieces. But I feel like their offense can now make up for it. Like, I really like Russell Wilson. Your running back core, Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, is nuts still.
That's correct.
And I like Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick are your top 3. I have a personal affiliation for KJ Hamler and for Kendall Hinton as well.
Yeah,
Kendall Hinton will forever be a hero in my book.
That wide receiver room go hard.
It really does. Their offensive line is solid. Like, genuinely,
I think this
right
might be the
tackle is
first
only one
time
I'm
in
ever
Russell
worried
Wilson's
about.
career he has a somewhat decent O-line.
Exactly. Like, genuinely, the Broncos'
Good
right
for him,
tackle is
dude.
the only position I'm worried about. Garrett Bowles is great. Dalton Risner is great. Lloyd Cushenberry is great. Graham Glasgow is great.
Good for Russell Wilson.
Their defense has kind of lost some steps, though, is kind of the thing I'm worried about. Like, obviously, they had to give up Bryce Callahan this year. Their corners are now Pat Surtain and Ronald Darby, which I love Pat Surtain. I think he's going to be an elite corner in this league.
Okay.
Ronald Darby is,
hey,
he's an okay two option.
Let me tell you.
I'd rather have Bryce Callahan.
Let me tell you something. I don't disagree with that statement. Ronald Darby has a championship ring for a reason.
He does.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
You know how much I hated the CBs in Philly, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Ronald Darby was one of those people I didn't hate. And we would talk shit about him all the time, about him getting burnt. He really didn't get burnt that much. We ran a shit ton of zone during those seasons. And I realized he was just playing his zones. It was not Darby's fault. I don't know if you guys can see this on screen, but I have a dog attacking me right now. I don't know where the dimensions are going to come in, but it's all good. She left now. She walked away. Oh, no. Now she's on my other side, poking at my thighs.
At safety, they have Kareem Jackson, who's a great veteran leader and has been for a long time with the Broncos now, like 4 or 5 years or so. And Justin Simmons, I will die on this hill, is one of the best safeties in this league, if not the best safety in this league.
I agree with that
Is
statement.
that Broncos bias? Possibly.
No, he is really, really good at football.
Yes,
he's like
really
top.
good.
I think
love
he's a
Justin
top 3
Simmons.
safety. He's insane.
Yes. Their outside linebackers is solid with Bradley Chubb, provided Bradley Chubb can stay healthy, and Randy Gregory, who they just picked up. Worst case scenario, I like Malik Reed. You know how much I like Malik Reed. And then they just drafted Nick Benito, too.
Ooh, that's spicy, bro.
Their D-line lost Shelby Harris, which is kind of the biggest thing I'm worried about. But I do like Mike Purcell. I don't know enough about DJ Jones. I don't know enough about Draymond Jones.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Their middle linebackers, Josie Jewell is solid. He got hurt last year, though.
Yes.
And then they just picked up Alex Singleton as well. What happened to
Singleton's good. Hey, I have a lot of respect for Alex Singleton. He was an Eagle for 2 years. He came off of like an XFL team or something like that. Mm-hmm. And homie can ball. He is our leading tackler 2 years in a row. He can ball. Okay? He can ball. If he's playing, he can ball. I think I messaged you when I saw the signing. I was like, please treat him well.
Yes.
I like Singleton, dude. I genuinely did.
I do like Alex Singleton, yes.
And it was cheap. I'm really sad that the Eagles didn't bring him back, but then we signed Kaiser White and it made up for everything. You know?
Yeah. Okay. According to Google, but not according to ESPN, Alexander Johnson is still on the roster, too. I'm like, what happened to Alexander Johnson? I thought he was on the team still. But he's a good option at linebacker, too. So, like, really the biggest concern I have is losing Shelby Harris is devastating to this team. So I'm very confident in the Broncos' ability. The thing that scares me about the Broncos is the AFC West.
Well, yeah, that's literally the only thing that's holding them back is that they're playing in, like, elite division.
And if you look at the Broncos' schedule, which I have because I am a geek, the end of their schedule is tough. Like, really tough. Like, if I look at Broncos' schedule. Like, okay, their first 4 games.
Okay.
Seahawks, Texans, Niners, Raiders.
Timeout. They got the Broncos playing the Seahawks week 1.
On Monday Night Football.
Wow.
In Seattle.
This was rigged.
Of course it was. You kidding me?
They had to have known he was going beforehand. They had to have.
They made the schedule after he was traded.
They knew.
You know who you play and you know where you play them. You just don't know when you play them.
He knew. They knew. They knew he was going.
But, like, Seahawks and Texans way winnable.
Yeah.
49ers and Raiders, manageable. Right?
Yes.
And then they play the Colts, Chargers, Jets, Jaguars.
Okay, Jets, Jags, you beat. The other 2 are, like, you know.
Colts and Chargers, I think, are manageable.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, yeah.
Okay, let's compare that to the end of their year.
Okay.
Their last 6 games.
Okay.
Ravens, Chiefs.
Damn.
Cardinals, Rams. Damn. Chiefs, Chargers.
Damn.
Like, that's hard.
That's a gauntlet.
You know? Yeah, so that's the thing that scares me.
And it sucks because you got to play the Chiefs twice in that span.
Yeah, exactly. That scares me is the West and their schedule. Their schedule is not nice.
That might make or break the season.
I think so. I think it could.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so. But for the first time ever, I'm pretty confident in the Broncos.
That's good. Hey,
that's what's nice.
We get to sit in the same boat this season.
All it took was Russell Wilson to get picked up, and he's already the third greatest quarterback in the history of this franchise.
I'm just hoping and praying that by week 8, we're both sitting here happy. Whether that be 5-3, 6-2, I just want to be happy.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm content with a 5-3 start.
Yep.
If we're leading division at 5-3, I'm vibing. So that's a win in my book. So, because you go 5-3 twice, it's 10-6, and then you win your last game 11-6 is a great record.
So right now, both of my 3 seeds are Denver and Philly. So I think those are both dark horse Super Bowl teams. And who knows?
Yep.
We could have the podcast team.
Dude, listen. And isn't the Super Bowl in Vegas this year?
It's in Arizona.
Oh, okay. Dude.
It's still not far.
Could you imagine a Philly-Denver Super Bowl?
That would be nuts.
Dude, we would have the Super Bowl. That would be so much fun. I'd fly to Vegas for a Super Bowl party or something. We'd have to.
We'd have to. I don't care.
We'd live stream the reaction to the game. We'd have to. That'd be so much fun. That'd be great.
All right.
So Kansas City's my 3. Denver's your 3.
Kansas City's your 3. Denver's my 3.
We've talked about both teams. We know where we're at.
Cincinnati's your 2.
Cincinnati's my 2. LA's 2. I think same comments. I already said what I think of the Bengals. I think they went to the Super Bowl last year. They patched up the things that they did that they were the reasons that they were losing games. They patched those up. And now Jamar Chase is going into year 2. The only weakness they have is literally the corners. The secondary sucks a little bit. But
I think their interior O-line needs some work.
Yeah.
I think their tackles are solid, but yeah. I think the Chargers are nuts.
I also think they're nuts.
That's why I have it too.
You know what I mean. So,
okay, so then that means we have both number 1 being Buffalo.
Yeah, Josh Allen's crack. Stephon Diggs is crack. This team is disgusting.
This team is crazy good. Josh Allen is so good. I really like Devin Singletary, but I also really like picking up James Cook in the draft too.
Yeah, this team is disgusting, dude.
Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Jamison Crowder, Isaiah McKenzie, Tavon Austin. I'd forgot Tavon Austin was in the league.
Hey, have you seen that video of that white dude where they're interviewing him and they're like, "Hey, can you tell us a little bit about your running back room?" Yeah. And he's like, "This guy, dog. That's the Buffalo Bills roster."
Yeah. Pretty much, yes. I mean, tight end Dawson Knox, O.J. Howard. Their O-line is solid. Their defense is solid.
You don't need a solid O-line because of how good Josh Allen is. He has wheels, bro.
It's
unfair.
So good. Buffalo probably should have beat Kansas City last year. Buffalo probably should have gone to the Super Bowl last year.
Yes, but, coin flips happen, so.
Yeah, it happens like that sometimes.
Yeah, not everybody can be Cincinnati and get the stop they need.
Yep. So, I think Buffalo is my favorite to go to the Super Bowl. I think Buffalo's my favorite to win the Super Bowl this year. Can you imagine Von Miller getting 3 rings with 3 different teams?
That'd be kind of nuts. Has that ever been done before?
I couldn't tell you if anybody's done it.
And yeah, Von Miller's on this team now. Oh my gosh, dude. 6-year, $120 million contract later. Bro's crack.
Yep. Greg Russo, Ed Oliver, Shaq Lawson, Tremaine Edmonds, Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. This team is so
this team's
good.
OD, bro.
It has no business being as good as it is.
Yeah, this team's overpowered. Yeah, it's over for everybody. Call it a wrap. Call it a wrap.
Okay.
This is like a super team that hasn't gotten the respect as a super team yet. If that makes sense.
I think so too.
All right. Well.
Okay. So let's do one last thing before we sign off.
Ready.
Theoretically. Bills Rams Super Bowl.
Bills Rams. That's what it says right now.
Our ones.
That's what it says
theoretically.
Now. That's what the podcast wants. Or that's what our rankings want.
Yep. I'm predicting Bills Rams Super Bowl. I think some fun options could be a Bills Bucks Super Bowl.
We all know we're fighting for the Eagles Broncos Super Bowl.
Of course we're rooting for the Eagles Broncos Super Bowl. I think a fun Super Bowl could be a Chargers Rams Super Bowl too. Unfortunately, it's not in LA this year, but that'd be still.
That would be still really cool
to see a Chargers Rams.
Yeah. Super Bowl. Another dark horse that I really, really genuinely think could be really good. I don't only have them at 7, but the Saints are kind of nice. Okay, with Mike Thomas back, the team is I'm high on them. just keep an eye out for them.
Could be.
It really depends on how their new coaching is,
Okay,
and if
so
Jameis Winston steps up. That's all it is.
That's a good point. You think Saints are kind of like your really dark horse?
They
to
are
make it to the
super
Super Bowl?
dark. Like, they are in the shadows.
Give me Miami. I'll do the same thing.
Honestly, I like that pick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually, for the AFC though, I would go Indianapolis for that pick.
All right, so over 2.5 hours later.
Yeah, I'm breaking this up into two. I think that's better for my.
I think that's perfectly sufficient.
Yeah, we'll do AFC NFC videos, so I think that's okay. Yeah, I mean.
Oh my gosh. I'm tired. I can't imagine how you're doing.
Dude, honestly, I've had a good day. I'm vibing, dude.
It was daytime when we started this.
I've always been in the dark, so. It was. So yeah, but I mean, hey, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. It's gonna be a good season.
I think it'll be a good season.
It's gonna be blast, dude. I'm really excited to get the podcast back up because I enjoy recording this and I just enjoy being here. So just like I've been dying to make content, and this is what gets me back into the good content mind.
For sure.
I don't know if you were there when I streamed for an entire week straight. You see, like I had like 10.
I did see you going live straight. Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 10 streams in 8 days. It was pretty fun. Mm-hmm. I had like 2-day streams like every once in a while. It was pretty fun. And I did sleep well, so it was really fun. It was a good time. It made me love making content. So we'll see if we can pull it off.
Sure. I get you.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening. If you're on Spotify, if you're on Apple Podcasts, if you're on freaking your grandma's Kindle, go ahead and leave a like for me and a follow. Greatly appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and also check out everything else in the description below, including myself, and Eric. We would greatly appreciate it. Anything before we head out today?
Dude, I got nothing. I've said plenty.
All right. # mile high. # fly Eagles fly. We're out of here. Have a great rest of your night. Adios.
You gotta say peace.
Oh, peace. I said adios this time.
See ya.